Good evening, thinkorswimmers, and welcome to today's market wrap-up for Wednesday, March 27, 2008. I'm JJ Kinahan, Chief Derivative Strategist with thinkorswim, and here is the wrap-up on today. The market hung in there most of the day, kind of back and forth. The Dow was down a little bit. Actually, the S&P futures up for most of the day. They held positive, and then those last 20 minutes, we see a flood of sell orders. Here is today's theme song for the market. Don't Bring Me Down by ELO. Look at that one for today's market. As the market tried to hang in there, but eventually there was just too much selling pressure and it ended up down. In fact, we only had 2 advancers on the day and 28 decliners. The 2 lone soldiers were the Coca-Cola Company and Merck. Other than that, it was pretty much a beating from top to bottom. Intel, the big, shall we say, downer on the day, down over 3.5%. It got kind of whacked. As I mentioned, the Dow overall was down today over 120 points. The E-mini S&P 500 future down over 15 points. This was a pretty good whacking. Very interesting though today. We were right just above this 1333 level. We've talked about it time and time again. So let's see what happens there tomorrow. The VIX actually was lower on the day by 20 cents. Part of the reason the VIX was lower is, again, they just couldn't bid these options up fast enough with how quickly this sell-off happened on the close. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the VIX as we head to tomorrow. I would imagine it will open higher just because of what happened today on the close. All right, some of the stock we're going to sizzle with today, CBS. CBS, we saw a huge fire of volatility in there as there was a big trade, 40,000 times, a time spread traded. Customer came in and bought the January of 10 to 20 calls, sold the January of 09 20 calls. Keep in mind, for every 100 contracts that were traded, that's 300 Vega. 40,000 total contracts traded today. That's a huge volatility position. Somebody obviously thinks something big is going to happen volatility-wise in CBS. Again, something I'd keep my eye on. All right, as I mentioned, we're right above this 1333 level heading into Friday. Keep your eye on it because it's a level that we are either going to go through convincingly or continue to bounce off of. Again, I would look for the VIX higher on the open, but we'll see what happens throughout the day. We do have a weekend coming up. Keep in mind, it's the last day of a holiday, shall we say, week. There were a lot of spring breaks, etc. this week. Monday will be the last day of the quarter, and on the last day of the quarter you tend to see some crazy stuff, so I would keep my eye out for people setting up tomorrow for Monday. Alright, thank you for joining us. Joe Kinahan, Chief Derivative Strategist with thinkorswim. As always, good health, good trading. Thank you very much. Good luck on Friday. Good night.